right, welcome to another episode of Chaos and Recovery. Today's episode, we have Anthony. Thanks for coming by, man, and doing this. So we all went to high school way back in the day together, all at separate years. But I've seen you more recently inside of the halls, here and there at meetings and stuff. And yeah, it's funny how things come for full circle sometimes, especially like in the program, you know. Want to give us like a little bit of a story how you got to 12-step meetings?
Oh, sure.
Like what led you there?
Yeah, so well, you're gonna go way back now into the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Late 90s. I was just coming into my teenage years, and I was really just a very complex and intricate and creative and kind of soft kid.
Yeah.
And my environments changed overnight very rapidly. I moved from Providence, their school systems, out to Warwick school systems, and I found myself amongst two completely different worlds.
Yeah.
And had I not known one, I wouldn't have known the other existed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. What part of Providence did you grow up in?
The east side.
Yeah.
Yeah, primarily, but I bounced around a lot.
Yeah.
I've lived in Pawtucket. I've lived in North Kingston.
Right.
I lived in Warwick.
Yeah.
East Greenwich.
Yeah,
Coventry.
I remember the house in East Greenwich. Yeah.
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 I was actually Warwick.
Oh, was that considered
behind the
Warwick?
gas
Right on
station.
the edge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Wild.
No doubt. All right. So what happened when you got to Warwick? Are you kind of like in two different worlds?
Yeah, so I instantly just became I became like the outcast, so to speak, because everybody dressed and acted and talked so much different.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was intentional. I know it was intentional because I've met you guys. I've met some of the greatest people there, and I didn't understand it at that time. Today, now looking back, I understand it, but
Yeah.
it was very impressionable. Because I didn't dress the way everybody else did. I didn't talk. I didn't really fit in. There wasn't really too much ethnicity back then.
Yeah.
There was a few.
Yeah.
So it created a rebellious attitude inside of me.
Okay. Yeah. I can see how that happens,
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had to be a little more standout-ish or like a little more hard or whatever? You know what I mean? That you had to show a little more edge to you, like coming into a new like school district and this, that, the other thing.
Or the opposite. Did you feel like you had to fit in more?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I felt.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to fit in more.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know anybody, and even the activities outside were different. So this is how I found myself playing soccer, and I never did play hockey, but playing baseball, and because I found myself wanting to fit in skateboarding, rollerblading, BMXing,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So, when were you like introduced to like drinking and drugging?
If I told the truth, I'd have to say that I was probably around between 5 and 7 for the first time.
Okay.
I'd ever consumed alcohol.
Yeah.
It was between 5 and 7. I can remember the story precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to tell it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I was a very curious kid. I was very intelligent. I was around my mom and dad a lot, and I used to nag my father for beer. He would drink, like consistently.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, let me get some. Dad, can I have a sip? Dad. And one day he was like, listen, man, here, I had enough of this, and gave me the beer.
Yeah.
I just drank the whole beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on our ride. We were on 95 South, leaving Providence. We were on our way to it was a wing spot called Ruby Tuesdays down in North Kingston.
Yeah.
And down like where Hilltop Creamery is, and down that area, the gas station Shell. Down that area.
Yep.
What do they call that now? Some little, whatever.
Kind of Wickford area.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, down there.
Yeah.
By the time we made it there, I was passed out.
That one beer.
Yeah, I woke up at one of his friend's house, and I remember him saying, listen, you can't tell your mother.
Yeah.
And I wanted to continue to drink and go to that friend's house because he had a dog that I liked.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big Doberman or a big Rottweiler, some type of dog that I liked.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
Felt like one of the boys chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, why do you think you wanted that beer so much? Because your dad had it, and he was kind of like you.
Children are very impressionable, and they're going to do whatever they see.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have it. They, as you know, when do you have children? You obviously
Yeah.
do you?
Nope.
No. So, you know, you and their mom, if there's one or two, how many moms?
2.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
You and their mom are their unsent heroes.
Sure.
So anything that you guys, you know, anything they see of you, they're going to probably try to replicate, reproduce in some type of, some type of way.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, they kind of mimic us. You
Yeah.
know, both the good and the bad qualities that we possess.
Right.
Somehow they, inherit our DNA, and which all makes sense. They're a product of us.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and I get that. Growing up with my dad being a painter and stuff, that's all I wanted to do. He was my hero. So I can totally understand the impressionability factor and stuff like that. So, all right, 5 or 7, first drink, passed out, check mark. Yeah.
So
What?
that guy, my father.
Yeah.
By the time I was 10, he was gone.
Okay.
Yeah, he disappeared. He somehow got lost in himself,
Okay.
as many of us do,
Sure.
and just kind of removed him.
Yeah. Now, what'd your mom say to you at that time? Like,
She didn't have to say anything.
You kind of knew.
I understood what was going on.
Okay. Even at 10.
Even at 10, yeah. At 10, I was, the neighborhood at 10 was rough outside. Like, you couldn't have nice sneakers on. You didn't wear a nice chain out. You didn't, because there were older kids that were going to come and want to take it. You'd have to fight for it. It was a different, when I came on here, it was a different world.
Yeah.
Nothing like that was taking place out here in the school
Right.
system. You didn't have to be careful what you brought to school with you.
Sure.
Nobody was taking your lunch money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nope. Right. All right. Yeah. So how did that make you feel? Like at 10 years old, like were you angry at him or
I was confused.
confused?
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah.
I didn't, I had some type of understanding that something wasn't right, but more so than that, it created a discomfort inside of me.
Mm.
And that discomfort stayed and grew with me as I got older.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to realize that all these things are, thoughts, perception that I create.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
It sticks with you too.
Right.
Regardless, those impressionable people, it's like you really embody all the effects of them.
Right.
Whether you're
Right.
consciously aware of it at the time or not, but
Right.
definitely lives with you.
Yeah, so around 10, my parents ended up, going their separate ways, and somehow or another, I ended up moving down to Warwick from Providence, and that house behind that gas station on William Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would come to encounter a different man who wasn't biologically my father, but he did probably teach me some also life's greatest lessons. So.
Yeah.
Is he still in your life now?
No, he's not. No.
How about your father? Ever heard from him?
So maybe a couple of months ago, we said hi to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was before that. It was probably 6-7 years.
Yeah.
So did your father or parents or influences as a kid, was drugs and alcohol prevalent?
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Not so much in my teenage years.
Yeah.
Not so much in my teenage years.
Yeah.
But in the beginning,
Yeah.
they were normal activities that
Yeah.
adults normally participate in.
Yeah.
That kids just shouldn't really be around to see. That's really, because most adults drink, they smoke pot, they consume cannabis in some, form, or, and it's not ever the substance. It's always the individual.
Yeah.
Because we can all use different things and all have like completely different reactions to them.
Sure.
Of
course.
So.
Yeah. So when did what was your issue? Drinking mostly, or whatever?
Can't even say that.
Yeah.
I can't even say that. I've had a combination of things destroy me.
Sure.
crime. I do have, I kind of like make jokes about it, like, I got a record longer than the Declaration of Independence, right?
Yeah.
But the stuff's all old now.
Right.
It's been a while. But I just like more of anything.
Yeah.
I like the lifestyle, the fast money, the quick flips, the big flips, you know what I mean? Like, I
Sure.
like to be in the
True.
hustle and bustle of things. And really, that's an energy that I create, and it needs to manifest itself somewhere.
Right.
And coincidentally, I've been a carpenter since I was 16.
Yeah.
Nate and I went to, I'm sorry, I'm saying somebody else's name again.
No, you say first names. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a particular school together. And so it's been such a long time that, I've been doing the same things, and that's now become my creative expression.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I do for work.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I needed an avenue to channel some type of energy that I didn't know how it worked or where it came from or why I felt that way.
Okay.
And it could never be just one thing. It just doesn't work like that.
Right.
It can be anything that I become completely enticed by and completely obsessed over.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get into
How
the
did this
program?
develop?
Yeah.
So this developed as me being fraudulent,
Okay.
and stealing from banks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with checks and things like that.
Yeah, sure.
And this was, I don't want to say the bank, but this was again a form of my creative expression.
Yeah. Sure.
Because I was angry, I was upset. I was uncomfortable.
Yep.
I didn't live like everyone else lived,
Yep.
and I just was able to make the pieces move the way that I wanted to.
Okay.
And I found myself in a loop of fraudulent activity.
Yeah. It caught up to you.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Do some time?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I just had to pay them back, and I got some probation.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I had to go to AA meetings and get a paper sign.
Okay.
NA meetings, get a paper sign.
Yeah.
Things like that.
All right.
So I got introduced to the life of recovery.
Right. Yeah. So I think it was like last year when I saw you get up and get your 10-month chip or
Yeah.
something like that, wasn't it?
Last year? The year before.
Year before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. So are you still sober today?
So by AA's definitions, no. By NA's definitions, no.
Yeah.
By the definition that I've set for myself, I am.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that?
There's no substance. There's nothing externally, right, that I can put in my life that will change or alter the perception of how I feel about myself now.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what goes. You could take everything from me. I could not have a dollar. Nothing changes. My attitude can't change. That's something inside of me that cannot be addressed and cannot be arisen because something inside of me can go from one extreme to the other, right? So Carl Jung, he referred to it as the shadow, right? And in order for a shadow to exist, there has to be duality.
Sure.
Right. So I have this energy inside of me that if I somehow cannot live the way that I want to live and create the life that I want, I will destroy whatever life that I'm living at the time until I'm able to create the one that I want.
Okay.
So I feel like I have infinite reset buttons.
Okay.
Like you're playing a video game.
Yeah.
You get to level 1, start from the beginning. Get to level 2, start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just find it bizarre that, most children love video games.
Yeah. Okay. How did you get to that point, though? Like, through dealing with so much pain and stuff, or like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but in order for any of my pain, for me to feel any of my pain, I have to know what joy feels like.
Sure.
So, for just as much pain as I've experienced, I've had equal distance, if we're going to measure in volume, of joy.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Just people who aren't in our day-to-day lives typically only see one extreme or the other,
Sure.
right?
Okay.
So this sounds like a you've obviously really dove into understanding your own perception and understanding yourself.
It's human psychology.
Yes. So was it a breaking point that kind of set you? Was it like, you know, that one extreme, that hitting that rock bottom? Was this like, what was the enlightenment moment of like, I need to break this open? Or has it kind of just been an ever evolving?
You said a word that you said just illuminated, enlightenment. Mm-hmm. What does that mean, enlightenment?
Oof.
I think the Buddhists say the definition for enlightenment is listening to the cries of the world.
Listen to the cries of the world. Okay, enlightenment.
Yeah, I'm not sure by definition
Jess,
what that would mean.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look it up, the definition. But yeah, I think enlightenment in the terms I'm saying, I would say right now, to me, I think that means lack of ignorance, as a certain type of awareness and understanding of the good and bad, the duality of it all in yourself. Which is, yeah, to me, I think that's where my enlightenment is right now. And
she could not be any more correct. She could not be any more correct. So enlightened. Your phone. Could you just look up the definition of a photon?
Yes.
Okay. So the universe, the sun, the magnetic pull, Polaris, the North Star, all these different periodic table of elements, right, are somehow transmitted through light.
Yep.
That we as human beings have have something in our brain, right behind here. It's identified by the Buddhists as a dot, a gland that does not see photons we see here. It receives photons we receive from out there.
Receptors.
Right. Exactly. Those photons, bosons, and a bunch of different words.
So you're talking about the pineal gland, or?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So she asked me how I found this out, and I'm going to tell her.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her how.
So a photon, a particle representing a quantum of light or other electromagnetic radiation. A photon carries energy proportional to the radiation frequency, but has zero rest mass.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Right? Because now I understand why people say they feel enlightened.
Sure.
Pineal gland. Just look it up. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But if you look it up and you look it up scientifically, you'll begin to understand that it is then designed to receive signals from the universe.
Sure.
Which to me, now things start to make sense.
Right.
So we can go back to how I developed here. So when I would find myself in places like segregation, in prison for 120 days at a time, right? You feel like you're going to go out of your mind, right? You can't go out of your mind. If you do that, it's going to be worse.
Yeah.
So I get in my bunk, and I would sit there and I would lay there, and I thought what I was doing was I was daydreaming, right? But I was able to like literally make myself unconscious and go wherever I created in my mind.
Okay.
That's how I was able to get through that. I've crashed motorcycles, and I've had to sit in rooms like this of my own and had to stare at the ceiling from one side end.
Yeah.
That's how I found this place. That's how I got involved into this science. And it's taken me on the most magnificent journey that I could ever ask for.
Okay. So you're talking about certain forms of meditation?
No.
And entrancement? No?
Yes. Technically, yes.
Okay.
If you want to encompass that, yes, it's part of it.
A transcending
It is.
state.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so basically now we have an understanding of why prayer works.
Sure.
Right.
Well, you're putting that energy out.
Well, there you go. But to a guy like me, Steve, right, who's hard-headed, right, who's rough, who's tough, so everyone thinks. I'm not at all. I'm not. You said you asked me, did you ever feel like you had to?
Yeah.
And no, I've always just felt like just the opposite. Like I want to put my head on somebody's stomach, and can you just hold me and nurture me?
Yeah.
Just the opposite. So she was, again, it's just, but it's the infinite duality
Sure.
that exists in all of us.
Yeah.
Energies.
Yeah. So when you bring up the photon and the light and everything like that, and the receptors. I'll go back to my definition of enlightenment. Listening to the cries of the world. You're opening to receiving the good and the bad, because you have to.
Yes.
You know, you have to listen to the struggle to hear the positive side of life. You know, and I think that's why the Buddhists phrase enlightenment that way, because without enlightenment, you are ignorant to just your perception. You are sitting in your own glass bubble, worried about how you receive the world, and that's it. And everything else, how you're being put down, or how the government's against you, how friends are against you. You can see all the bad if you're only looking for the bad.
Right.
And so sitting in solitary is an amazing revelation for you to kind of go into those states of, however you want to phrase it, transcendence or consciousness. Yeah. And find the good sitting in such a dark place in your life.
Right.
How many days were you banging your head against the wall until you started to find that practice in solitary?
Didn't happen in solitary.
Okay.
That's not where it took place.
Okay.
That's not where the enlightenment took place.
Okay.
Because I didn't understand what I was doing while I was in there. So the enlightenment came at a later date, as a result of me looking back, saying, now I understand why I've been able to daydream. Because I also did that as a child. I also did that, 4 or 5, because I have vivid memories of certain things that I call them, hurt my soul. That's how I like to refer to it. And I have different visual and, memories of these things.
Yeah.
That impacted me in a way, in energy that I didn't understand, in somehow, some way. Mine was shifted or was pushed in a different direction, because I have to know one to know the other. So if I don't see kids getting picked on, I don't know that there's tough guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Right.
That's so interesting.
In other words,
look back on it, because it's. Do you feel that maybe that lack of understanding in yourself, but experiencing it even since you were a young child, could cause a lot of resistance or struggle?
Yeah. So that resistance and that struggle was basically the desire to feel in, and to feel a part of, and to be accepted, and to feel oneness with something that I did not understand.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't always there in those formative years of my life. So it caused me to lash out and reach in many different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
and that's why you said what was you were looking for, like alcohol or cocaine or heroin or pills or weed, or that's what you initially had asked me. What brought you here? And these situations have brought me here, not any one particular substance.
Sure.
Well,
I like how you phrased it. Just the mentality of more.
Yes.
Kind of that materialistic.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
More will fix how I'm feeling.
Yes. Yes.
And I think us as humans, if you're not practicing something like you're describing, without the practice or understanding, us as humans desire more of anything, because money cures sadness for a time. And thrill seeking cures sadness for a time.
So when I hear this, right, I think of the days of when there were closets full of cash, and you're like, "What am I doing tonight?" And I'm laying on the couch sleeping, and there's $400,000 in the cabinet. It don't even matter. It don't even matter.
Right.
I still feel the same way.
Sure.
It ain't even the money. Like, what can I do with it all now? Like, I can't do anything with it because people are going to ask me questions. I can just go buy. How much of this shit do I want? I don't even want it.
Yeah.
I want the same pants, the same boots. I'm a carpenter. This is my everyday dress. This is how I work. This is how I live.
Yeah.
It's what I do. You know.
Well, that's kind of like the point I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Eventually, we get to that point with materialistic band-aids, let's call them, you know, and without the work or the work that you find beneficial to you, you're always going to want that more.
It's the thirst that's inside of me, the undesirable thirst that I have to learn to channel. I had to learn to channel somewhere and use to express myself because it has to go somewhere. I have to either be in control of it and do something with it, or something outside of me will. So I have to be.
Sure.
I have to be intentional and deliberate about how I'm thinking, where I'm going, what I'm doing. I have to know the path I'm driving to work in the morning, because if I do, then there's not as much room for something to come out and grab my attention. I'm not paying attention to the guy in the or there's you know, but there's a whole completely different lifestyle that you can go into, and you can sit around and you can make money all day, and you can just live in a world of evil that you wouldn't even understand, you wouldn't see, you wouldn't want to see. Talk about being in the depths of hell. The depths of hell. I've seen it.
Sure.
I've seen people walk outside barefoot in snowstorms to feed their addictions.
Yeah.
I've watched mothers prostitute their children to feed their addiction. That's a form of evil. That's an energy that's inside somebody that's being created by something that they are using because they have not learned how to channel this energy that they have.
Yeah.
So I had to look inside myself, right, and find where this energy is, where it lives, and how to channel it. Otherwise, I will find myself in the discontentment or the disease of anger, guilt, shame, fear, embarrassment, neglect, all of them. And I will go, and I'll just stay bouncing from one end of the spectrum, and I'll blow with the wind. If I'm not intentional and deliberate.
Intention is huge. That really resonates with me because I
What does
struggle with
resonate
that.
mean? Please tell me what the word means.
I hear it, I feel it, I relate to that.
Can we just look up the definition? Yes. Please?
Resonation, I mean, your atoms.
I don't know. You just
Your whole body resonates.
She knows.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
You meant to say it. Definition.
We need to say it. It needs to be said because people need to understand what we're talking
Produced
about.
or to be filled with a deep, full, reverberating sound.
A what?
Sound.
A sound. Where do we hear sound?
Yep.
Our ears, right? Something we can hear creates a feeling inside of us. What kind of magic do I got in my head?
Yeah.
Where does it go?
Right.
Because it's the same magic that little boy laid in the ceiling looking up at, daydreaming, wherever he went. It's still there. It's in you, it's in all of us. We just have to figure out how to use it and how to channel it into something.
Yeah.
So these things that you're talking about is like lifetimes of research on your own subconscious and conscious. Where did you start to pick this up?
It's no research.
Well, I'm saying
I couldn't do any. If I had to look for the answers that I'm giving you, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't know where to go and look and find them. Right? We talk of these things. We speak of these things as spirit. Right? You live in spirit. Right? So these are things that we send out and we feel. Right? We do not contribute to this energetic field no other way besides our thoughts. What we think creates all these little particles and wave particles and these little things that we don't see. But something inside of us not only sees them, feels them, sends signals back, allows them to transfer back and forth. Right?
Yeah.
At one time, people referred to them as spirits. But a spirit doesn't exist. A spirit is a word that's described something in which they cannot see and they don't understand. But if we have something that resonates with you and you hear it through sound, that means sound, it resonates inside, it creates a feeling. Right? This ancient geometry and this sacred geometry out in this world that used to be healing centers that you could heal and go in and feel and heal.
Sure.
This has disappeared.
That was what church was.
Well,
if
that's
I'm not
what it was.
mistaken, correct?
She's 100.
The actual buildings. That's why there's
Why they were created,
That's why there's
yeah.
no bells anymore in churches, because they used to resonate in healing properties onto the cities.
Right.
They took out all the bells from all of the churches,
Right.
and now it's now it's speakers at a certain hertz
More
to disrupt
more importantly
the body.
than that, right? The people who can build them are very, very, very far and few in between. This 80s generation of me, Nate, Kevin, right? Some of these carpenters around that we see, Justin, Taylor, I don't want to name their companies, but these individuals are very, very highly trained craftsmen.
Right.
And you can't see, you're not going to see this type of carpentry and this type of woodworking displayed anymore in today's modern homes.
Sure. Yes.
Because in order to understand what I'm talking about, you have to understand cosmic law, you have to understand quantum mechanics, you have to understand photons, electricity, how it all works.
Yeah. I mean, just look at some of the ancient buildings from Peru, Aztec, the Mayans, and
All
stuff
of
like
them.
that. Thousands and thousands of years old, built to an exact dimension in stones that were carved hundreds of miles away to exact dimensions. And they're all, why were they all of these pyramids built at one specific time, all to fit a certain thing? It wasn't just built for a king.
Right.
It wasn't. Like I don't want to botch this, but Tijuana or something like that in South America.
Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. It's in Guatemala.
It's in Guatemala.
Yes. Or Mexico. I'm sorry. It's one of the two.
Yeah. This building.
It's a pyramid.
This building is phenomenal.
Yeah. So what this building does is, so it's practiced amongst sound, and at the beginning of the pyramid, there's steps that walk up and lead you to some type of display of architecture. And for some reason or another, when you clap at the bottom of it, the sound goes up the steps, refracts through the towers, and comes out as a sound of a bird. So somebody understands geometry beyond our understanding. So
Yes.
I'm a carpenter, and I'm very good at geometry. It's something that is kind of, if I wanted to build a pyramid in this room, to have, 1 foot by 1 foot blocks of wood that I could control and carve, fit together with such precision, and then not be able to fit a razor blade through, is intense.
Sure.
Now, to do it on the scale of a 2 million pound block, that's the
Sure.
size of your house, and do this and have the same skill set, like, somebody knew something.
Somebody knew something.
Where'd this information go?
Did humans ever obtain it?
Yes,
You think so?
had to have.
Humans.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You don't think it was a different species that
No.
was here before
No.
us?
No,
Okay.
no. I think that as humans, the farther and farther we get away from our divinity, right? The farther and farther our disconnect is from the universe,
Yeah.
and then we will never be able to truly have this experience. So if you go back to the primitive years,
But for
supposedly,
what reason?
and I'll explain to you why.
Okay.
So if you go to Genesis, the Bible, it tells you that creation, right, starts off with God saying, "Let there be light." Okay. What she just described, what we just read, right, is a photon. All right. On or around the 6th week of a female's conception, there is an exchange of electrical energy in form of a photon that will hit her directly in her fetus
Yeah.
on or about the 49th week. All right. So there's something very similar biblically. There's that same story is told and depicted through religions, through consciousness, through many different forms of civilization, all in a different way, but scientifically that's what happens. Now, when she decides, well, not when she decides because she can't decide, but when that baby is born, the whole time of conception, that one photon is inside of that baby. When that baby is born, there are photons, bosons, and again, all these big words that we can look up will attack this baby. From where? Same place that we get a thought from. And be like, what the hell? Why do I feel like this suddenly? Science now tells us how this happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so programs of recovery, right? The main purpose, right, is to bring somebody to the understanding of their own God, right?
Sure.
Right. through some types of form in meditation. For prayer and meditation is me saying, please, something inside of me, please allow me to take this away, whatever. My perception has to create it.
Yeah.
Scientifically, that creates it.
Sure.
There are patterns out there that my body biologically is designed to be able to receive. So now I've created my own duality, because if I can see it one way, I can see it the other way. That's what the purpose of recovery is.
Sure.
To bring somebody through prayer and meditation to an experience of a God of their understanding. You can do it through religion. You can do it through science. You can do it through athleticism. You can do it through music. You can do it through intellect. Right? You can do it through any part of the human that exists. Mm-hmm. The physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual.
Yeah.
They will all resonate.
So when you say we've been started to take away our divinity, the evil?
No. Evil there has to be a human to create evil. Otherwise, there's only the universe. Because a human has to perceive the universe as evil. There's only what is in nature, and there's only instinctual. There's nothing that humans can do to change that. The bees are going to go and find the honey. The geese are going to know how to fly south, regardless of how I interfere. So bees are flying south for the geese.
So without a human, there is no good or evil?
No. There's only the universe.
There just is?
There just is. There's nothing else.
But then there is good and evil, though.
If I'm here to create it.
I'm going to share an experience that I had. Seems like the perfect time.
Okay.
I don't really talk much about like my experiences outside of like him or whatever. But
so you guys remember, you don't have to keep any of this.
Yeah. So I don't want to say it wrong, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to speak. I've been on my own certain type of path of enlightenment and breaking open who I am and what the fuck it's all for here. And I did MDMA assisted therapy.
Yep.
In one of those sessions, non-drug induced enlightenment in my own form was very strong and very shook me to the core because I didn't really have those experiences as a child. And looking back, I can see what they were that I couldn't name or couldn't understand. But the true understanding started to really break open. When I did one of these sessions, the best way I can describe what I went through is I didn't move my body for 6+ hours. I didn't need to move. And it's very hard for me to talk about this to anybody, but I experienced what I was, and I was nothing, but I was everything. And the best way I can describe in words what I experienced is I was not Jessica. I was not what I looked like. I was not every narrative I've ever thought of myself or the world that existed. I felt the essence of what I was in nothingness. And for some reason, the resonance I just had with what you were saying was so strong because the okayness that came from that understanding, which don't get it twisted, it's a cycle of trying to find how to channel that energy when it's constantly coming back. But it's very hard for me I'm not as so much of an intellectual person where I can name all of these things and I can say this is how it all works. But to understand it on the most true level, I really wanted I wanted to share that because I've never spoken about my own instances or taking any drugs or anything on here. But I know that's there's neuroscience behind that and why I experienced that in that type of therapy because I was able to access that in a different way, in a in a controlled manner,
Right.
in a safe manner.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, the universe just is like, that's the best way I can describe my experience. Like it just was. There wasn't a thought. It's a feeling that I can't even put to words. But wow.
Yeah. I'm glad, and that kind of confirms what I was just thinking, because once I'm able to dissolve my ego, then nothing else exists. I'm in
Sure.
a different realm of existence, and I physically have experienced this through my own psychedelic experience at a time in my life that I had no idea what I was doing. I should not have been involved. I should not have been around, but I was. There was 4 of us. 2 of us that were very close to us have since passed. I'll mention their names off camera. One of us is still floating around, and by accident, I somehow consumed like maybe 5-10 hits of acid. I'm not really sure. 'Cause initially I took 2, it didn't work, so I thought. So then I took some more, it didn't work, so I thought, and I kept taking it.
Yep.
And the next thing I know, I had an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
And the other 3 people in the room will confirm this. 2 of them have died. There's one of them still alive.
Yeah.
But they'll confirm this. He'll confirm the story. We were watching, what's the, Angelina Jolie, and what's the other guy's name?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. All right, we're watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I'm sitting on this person's couch, and I physically was outside of myself, looking at myself. One of these gentlemen was standing there, grabbing me, pulling me, shaking me, crying. One of them was behind him, and the other one was on the phone, saying, "We need to call an ambulance, we need to call an ambulance." The ambulance, firemen, the police show up. Somehow, some way, I get back inside of myself, right? We go to the door. What's going on in here? What are you guys doing? I'm like, yeah, what is going on in here? They're like, I'm like, why are the police here?
Yeah.
Like, they're here for you. I'm like, I'm fine. They're like, you're not fine. I'm like, I am fine. What are you talking about? I'm fine. And I depicted them the movie while they perceived me to be unconscious.
Right.
But I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, I didn't realize it then. I realized it probably maybe a few years ago, that there's something inside of me through, you said psychedelic, that was psychedelic. I mentioned as a child, my imagination, right? Seg, right? Having to escape, motorcycle accidents, all these situations. That's when I've had to learn that I have to be able to go there in my mind. I have to create this in my mind. And because I'm so sensitive to this energy, I have to be intentional and deliberate. So if you look in this room, right? If you look around, right? Everything has a specific place. It has a specific job. We know exactly what it's doing, like, and why, right? Now look at me. Look at him. That's what I mean by divinity. There's a purpose. Nothing goes without purpose.
Sure.
The plants, the trees, the animals, everything has a specific purpose. What's mine? What's yours?
I don't think I have to search for a purpose.
You don't.
I think always being better than the person I was yesterday is my main purpose.
That's the only one.
Yeah. And being intentional in that.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I can get all the cars, I can get all the clothes, I can get all the women.
Yep.
Just that purpose isn't sustainable.
No, I'm still gonna cry in my bed at night.
Sure.
It don't matter. It don't matter what's in the driveway or who's next to me.
Yeah.
If I don't learn to manage that part of me that I can't explain.
Yeah.
And that's the only place my addiction has ever lived.
Sure.
It's the only place my addiction lives. The harder I try to control it, the tighter the grip.
Sure.
The moment that I relax, the flower opens.
Yeah, I love that.
But if I control it, it'll stay. And if I just let go, right? I have to think of it that way, right? My perception has to be that way because I'm stubborn. I'm hard-headed. You can't tell me anything. I feel like I'm overly intellectual, but I'm not. I may be, but I'm also that much overly sensitive.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes.
Well, I definitely think the oversensitivity part comes with being more intelligent than the average person. Just the...
Those can't be words you would use to describe me.
Why?
No,
Say it again, though.
no, don't say it again.
But like, I feel that. I've always been a very oversensitive person. What does this one think of me? What does that one think of me? If I act this way, what are they going to think of me then? If I wear this thing, how are they going to think of me then? Okay, if I do this a little better, then they're really going to like me in this way. And that oversensitivity of always wanting that more from validation from others was always the most toxic thing for myself inside.
Yes, because it feeds your ego.
It feeds my ego. It feeds my self-confidence.
Right.
It feeds my
Right.
That's
That's the only place my addiction can live, in my ego.
Sure.
So my
100%.
it can only live when people say, "Damn, man, damn, I like them shoes. I like that car."
Yeah.
That's the only place it can live.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you can do to a person like me.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I eat my food plain. Because I control me.
Sure.
I'm not going to sit and lust over food. I'm not going to sit and crave sugar. I'm not going to sit and crave honey buns. I'm not going to sit and crave nothing. I'm just going to be me and what I need, as close as I can be to myself as possible. I don't even want any distraction. I don't care. I don't want none of it. I just want to be me. Let me be me. Mm-hmm. And I want to try to create that and live as close to that as I possibly can. And I don't care what nobody else sees, thinks, does, says. I don't care about none of it. What you think of me is absolutely none of my business. That's your business. It's in your mind. Because I just am too. So are you. So is she.
Sure.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah. You brought up Carl. I love that,
Who?
by the way. Carl Jung earlier. Is he one of your favorite philosophers?
Favorite who?
Philosophers?
Is he a philosopher?
Therapist, whatever.
Psychologist?
He's a psychologist, philosopher.
Psychologist, yeah.
I mean, if you're a psychologist, you got to be a philosopher.
You do?
Sometimes.
Well,
I don't know. You have
No,
to.
so human psychology is human psychology, and then philosophy is my perception of the human psychology.
Well, that's what I'm. But yeah, you
So
have
that-
to have both. I think in that duality in
Yes.
in trying to understand, because not every one person is always the same. So you have to have
Yes.
philosophical background to try and understand the psychology of one said person.
Right. So what Carl Jung, what he does for me, is he's able to depict words, right, and put them in a way that I'm able to understand. They resonate with me.
Yeah.
And it's not what he says; it's my understanding to the word application that resonates with me.
Sure.
And then I go, "Wow, I like this guy."
Yeah.
But you've been doing that to me since we were kids.
Yeah.
I just never knew why.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Right? I said to somebody a couple of
Yeah.
days ago. I said, hey, why do you think people just talk to me all the time everywhere I go? I don't understand it. And he looked at me, and he was as serious as you could be, and he says, "Yeah, they don't even know." And I looked at him and I was like, "Oh man." There's just those moments where you just become one. That's a oneness moment.
Sure.
So somebody says something that resonates with you, you feel it. It's a oneness moment. You create them because you have to hear them, you have to see them, you have to feel them. If there's no one there, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I've learned to dissolve myself. Just people do this through they do it through meditation, they do it through breathing, they do it with drugs, they do it with the Bible, they do it with scripture, they do it with all there's many different ways. And there's nobody that anybody can explain it to, but there's information out there for everyone to understand if they want to try to pick it up.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell anybody else their path, which way, how, because that's the last thing I want to do is tell anybody what to believe, what to think, what to do. I don't want to create a perception in somebody else or an expectation of them. I don't want how's he, my children, how's dad going to look at me? I don't want to show him this. I don't want to say this to him. I don't want to tell him this because he's going to look at me. He's going to say this.
Yeah.
Right? The people that I work for, the people that I work with.
Yeah.
Right?
I have a question. I really liked the visual that you gave when you hold so tight, and then when you release, it blooms. I guess my question is, I'm curious to know how, in moments maybe where you feel yourself grasping, or you feel that starting to creep in, like is it I just strip it down away from myself? Did you have to have a practice? I'm asking because personally, with all the awareness that I have, it's something that I feel and see often. The cycle of I know what it is to let go, and I know the intellect behind grasping and holding, but I still find myself in that cycle all the time.
So when anything that breeds discomfort inside of me, right, is a mirror of something inside of me, right? So for instance, I worked for somebody, right, and they said, "Hey, listen, I'll pay you later on." Okay, cool. A couple hours later, he calls me and says, "Listen, man, I just wanted to let you know I wasn't trying to burn you. I'm getting the money, whatever." Immediately, I went, "Just send the money later." Why would you feel the need to say that? Because now you put the thought in my mind.
Yeah, right.
Had he not say that, right, then I don't even think it. I've learned it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter if I heard it or not. And that's how I've learned to channel it. Because when I'll walk into somebody's house and they'll say, "Listen, I want you to make me this." And I'll tell them we should do this out of this wood. I can put it together this way. And they'll be like, "Nah, I want to do it like this." And give me like some garbage to do it with. And I'm like, I can't give you what you're looking for if you give me this, right? And I try to depict that to them like, if you're looking for a new car, right, you don't go to Inskip with $20,000 and say, "I want to buy a car," right? They're going to tell you to go down to Toyota, go to Hyundai, there's nothing wrong with that. Cars are one of the worst investments anyway, but it's just, my analogy. You go to Inskip with the money to buy the car that you're looking for. Same thing in trades, right? And unfortunately, carpenters, especially good carpenters, they have this ability to create, right, through what they do, that somehow entangles with the science of what I'm speaking of. And these lessons come through these experiences of me dealing with people. Sure. Because I have to deal with people of so many different backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures, and we all have something in common. We're all whacked out of our minds to the next person.
Yeah.
Right? But in my mind, I'm not. I'm 100% normal. In your mind, you're normal, so on and so forth. Our habits, our lifestyles can be vastly different, and that's where these perceptions come from. Again, those are the situations I just want to try to dissolve myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to have any view. I don't want to have any perception. I don't want to have none of it. You do whatever you're doing. I do whatever I'm doing. And as long as we don't have to intermix and create disruption in each other's lives, then cool. It doesn't matter how you feel, what you believe. It's irrelevant. It's your life. You create it how you wish. Just don't interfere with me and mine.
Sure.
That's all. So that's why I'm very careful to not enforce a belief system upon anybody or even suggest. And that's the reason why I shouldn't say that's the reason why. I want to be careful how I use my words, but that's why I don't find fellowship with everybody.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of, stay away from the masses.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you can suck your energy real quick.
Yeah, I barely got enough for me.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Because I got a wild imagination.
Yeah.
So I barely got enough for me.
Yeah.
I can't. I was pruning pine trees yesterday, and this is what I was thinking to myself. Like, I got to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this.
Yeah, yeah.
And those were the things that I was cutting.
Sure.
The anger, the guilt, the shame, the fear, the misery, the discomfort.
Right.
Because every day I'll create it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tree of life.
How
It's the same way in creation.
How do you tame your ego?
What ego? I don't.
You don't?
No. I describe that as the flower.
Right.
The more I try to fight, the harder it grips.
Sure.
I have to learn to just relax.
Yeah.
Calm myself down, not react to the emotions that I feel inside of me.
Yeah.
Go into that intellect side.
Sure.
Yeah.
Logic over feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of cool? In mythology, they depict the mind as the husband, right? and then they predict the wife or the bride as the spirit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, that's why the husband and the wife, if this one does this one, they commit adultery. If that one does that, they commit adultery. Have you ever heard that before?
No.
Husbands must honor their wives. Wives must honor their husbands. Have you ever heard that biblically before?
Of course.
You have. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that it's true.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's a depiction of the human mind. It's a human mind. It's intellect. So, do you guys study this stuff at all, or are you guys aware of this? Yeah, you are?
Very little.
Very little.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh well, so this is
touching on
all interesting stuff because it's all interwoven into
Sure.
the oneness, into many different aspects of life.
Yeah.
You know, the Sacred Secrets of Sound. Have you ever watched that? Never. No, never watched the spiritual science of sacred geometry.
Oof.
So I've seen.
Sounds good.
I mean, I've done a lot of my own.
My bad,
like,
guys. I just get on there and kind of like nerd it
No,
out. Like,
no.
and you know what's like? It's completely like fucked up because nobody would look at me and be like, "This guy's a nerd."
Yeah.
Right? Everybody would look at me because you said you immediately identified something I don't see. So
Yeah.
You admitted you have ever felt the need to be more like, no, what does that mean?
Well,
I'm not like that. That's not how I feel.
I said that because that's when I say things.
That's other people's
like that,
perception of me.
No. When I said that, I went through that.
He was trying to relate.
Okay.
When I went to a new school,
Gotcha.
I had to
Yes.
be like, "Fucking, let's go."
Oh nah, these guys didn't want to fight.
Nah.
Man, these guys want to play soccer with you. They want to fight. Oh man. Oh God.
But that was my mentality going into a new school because
no.
I was met with that energy.
Oh yeah. Oh nah. Nobody's ever in my life met me with that energy.
Yeah.
I'm not a tough
And
guy.
this wasn't a conclusion on your my perception of you.
I got you.
Yeah.
But
Your perception of that though.
contrary though, right? Because I hear it all the time. People are like, "Why do you look so serious all the time? Like, don't mess with that guy." And I'm like, "Well, what? Don't mess with what guy?" Somebody just told me the other day. He don't talk. He don't say nothing new because he's scared of you. I said, "Scared of me?"
Yeah.
I said, "You fool! I'm on his team.
Yeah.
You should be scared of me. How about that?" Just messing around.
Yeah.
They're like, "You should be scared of me. How about that? I'm on his team, fool.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?"
So I've done. I mean, I've done maybe scratch the surface a lot. Watched a lot of Ancient Aliens and done my own.
No. That's pseudoscience.
No.
Pseudoscience.
I mean, it's gotten me into different pathways.
Yeah.
Into. I mean, it's opened my eyes to a lot of things, like sacred geometry, like consciousness and subconsciousness.
Yeah.
I mean, third eye mentality and pathways, energy pathways, all of that stuff. You know, it's definitely opened my eye. Believe me, there's a lot of opinion-based stuff wrapped into all of these factual things, which I understand. But I think for me, it's opened my eyes to a lot of sacred technology and stuff that we've lost. We've been stripped away from it, through the ever-evolving our own technology that we have today. Which, I mean, the technology we had back in the day far surpassed the type of technology we have today. And for some reason, whether that was a time in the last thousands and thousands of years where there was almost complete extinction and that technology was lost along the way, or it was beautifully designed, ripped out of our history books. You know? Be it as it may, we don't have a lot of that sacred knowledge anymore. That was supposed to be passed down to us throughout years and years and years. I mean, look at Native American tribes who have natural medicines and stuff like that. You know, we look at that stuff. Oh, we're coerced to look at that as voodoo bullshit. When these people have been using it for thousands of years. But
so can I get into my DMT experiences?
Yeah. Oh yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, psilocybin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a part of it.
Yeah.
Because what happens before I was actually able to understand what was happening, I would have these I've always been the send it guy. That's the addict in me, right? So most people, I told you about the acid story. They would eat, an eighth of mushrooms, 5 grams.
Yeah.
I'd eat like 10, 20.
Sure.
And so have you consumed before?
Oh yeah.
So like in the beginning, you have like that like doubt, like you're kind of like fighting it, and it's like the more you fight it, the darker it gets. Have you
Sure.
experienced that? No, you haven't experienced it.
With ketamine, I have.
With ketamine, you have.
Yes.
Okay, like you want control back.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
I was always too scared to do psychedelics.
So
to be honest,
so
until I
DMT
got into my
DMT is
spiritual.
extremely extremely short lived.
Yes.
And that's why it's in certain forms it's very easily controllable. So that's why I would recommend to start. I'm not recommending, but if you're going to,
Right.
that's probably the route that I would consider because you're going to be able to control your introduction.
Sure.
But some people like me, it's better if I don't ease my way in. I just jump in and submerge myself.
Yeah.
I've seen it go both ways.
Yeah.
But again, they were used as tools
Absolutely.
for seeking consciousness.
Sure.
So because you're able to, again, understand things from a different frequency, resonance, some type of electrical science in which you don't normally.
Yeah.
And that's really what happens. And that's how these things happen as trips. We call them trips, but it's not stuff that people should be messing around with, especially children.
Of course.
But the word theology is the study of God. And then the word like entheology is where that word came from. And that was the study of plant life that introduced spiritual awakening. So something like that.
Sure.
When you start to trace these words back, because when a lot of times people don't realize when we listen to a lot of these things, we're listening to mythology.
Yeah.
And we're not listening to something literal. We're listening to, like when they talk about Kundalini rising, they depict it as a serpent. There's a lot of different energies and a lot of different, but it's actually just etheric energy, and it's depicted amongst many different cultures and civilizations,
Depictions.
many different ways.
Sure.
Nobody denies its existence.
Yeah.
I don't even care, honestly, anymore. I just want to know how do I relate to it, and how do I plug in where and when I need to. That's the only thing that's important to me, and that's why I said earlier, it's not for anyone to explain. It's for everyone to understand. I don't know how you plug in. I don't know how you plug in.
Sure.
You're definitely not going to figure out how I plug in, but I need to know that I can plug in, right? Because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Mom's gonna die. Kids are gonna go away to college. Husband's gonna shoot himself. Girl down the street. All this shit's gonna happen, and I have to figure out how I'm gonna deal with it all.
Yeah.
Might lose a leg. Might get into a car accident. Who knows? You don't know. But life's coming. We all know that.
Yeah.
None of us can get away from that,
Yeah.
and it's all through our own perception and our own reaction and how we take that in.
Yeah. Now your DMT experience. Have you seen? You must have I
don't really even want to go into what I've seen.
Okay.
But I've seen the same things that everybody else
Right.
sees.
Right.
And everybody else
That's where I was
experiences
going at.
that we're not supposed to understand that we experience.
Yeah.
And I've just, because I'm a nerd, I've come to understand it through science. Because of your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, right? Your body, the biology of your body, these things happen. That's why.
Yeah.
It's not coincidence. Who in the Amazonian jungle, there's arguments of whether or not it's natural or not, but who in the Amazonian jungle, out of all the plants out there, found,
Yeah,
if
sure.
you mix this plant
Yeah.
and this plant, you're going to have a profound experience. Were people out there just mixing shit and trying it?
Yeah.
Who told them to do that?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Right. Right.
Really? Right? So again, you'll hear it here. God said, "Let there be light." Who was standing there when God said it and wrote it down?
Yeah.
Who? How does that work?
Right.
If God said, "Let there be light," who was standing there to hear him say that and wrote it down?
Yeah.
I immediately know when I hear something like that, it's not literal because it doesn't make sense.
Right.
If I believe in God and God created an intellectual mind, a spirit, a physical, I have to believe, just like you said, the good with the bad. It's all there for a reason.
Yeah.
I gave the depiction of the stuff in the room. And then look at us. What's the reason?
Yeah.
There has to be.
Of course.
The closer and closer I get to developing that reason or my emergence with that, That's about as divine of a person as I can be because I'm just one now again. I'm just one. And that's it. None of that shit you talked about matters. And that's just the evolving cycle for everybody. We go through good moods, bad moods, and that's it. It's your reaction to you, your perception of the world, how you receive it, how you project it. It's up to you.
So, for a person who's interested in all this, you don't want to know how they found out how to make DMT.
I know how they found out.
How?
I just explained it to you.
Okay.
I'm never going to be able to. I have to accept that.
Yeah.
There are certain things how?
Sure.
How? I just believe that either through some type of energy, either it's brought from the outside in, or it's on the inside created, right? That somehow, some way, we all have that inside of us. Because in order for anything to exist, somebody has to think of it as a thought first. From the light bulb to the shoe, somebody has to say, damn, I'm going to come up with a blast. It has to start as a thought. Yeah. And then we can use the light bulb. Thomas Edison, is that the creator?
Yes.
How many times did he try? Look it up. Google it. How many times did he try to put together a light bulb and fail before he got it?
Yeah.
So what got him his vision, his thought, he believed it, and then he continued to work on it and develop, and then bang. But he didn't know when it was going to work and when it didn't.
Sure.
Same thing. We all have that same power inside of us. You have a pineal gland and a pituitary gland.
Yeah.
Where's mine? How do I get it?
Right.
What do I got to do? Only I can answer that question.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think Thomas Edison was one of them.
One of them?
One of them. I don't want to. I think there was like.
I'm really not that smart. No.
I don't know.
All the dumbest shit in the world got me here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even figure out how to Google it.
You can't figure out how to Google it? Is that what you said? You can't figure out how to Google it?
Just messing. I autocorrect. It was typing something else.
I definitely think he was like cast as the inventor. Yeah.
Well, again, who knows? Who wrote that down?
I love this discussion.
Do you?
And I do because I think. So you don't have. Do you have any? What did you call ancient aliens?
Pseudoscience?
Pseudoscience. Yeah. Can you elaborate on that?
Pseudoscience is like just a theory of something, not something that you can prove.
Sure.
Just a theory of it.
Right.
How I think something would react if I put this molecule and put this molecule.
Yeah.
But if I put this molecule and something happens,
yeah,
it doesn't require what I think.
Sure.
My theology and my thought, whatever, is out the window.
Yeah.
Right? The light lights up the room, right?
Yeah.
But we don't see the light. That don't require me to think a damn thing.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Right.
Same thing with us.
Sure.
We don't have to think anything. Something's just happening.
Right.
Back to the oneness. I think we're spirits experiencing human form, and there's something inside of us that always wants us, and we always want to feel a completion.
Yeah.
And that has to do with some type of electrical energy. Right? There's a solar system, right? And then we have a solar plexus. You've heard of that? Solar plexus? Have you?
The name.
You have?
I've heard the
so
name.
why would we call this area our solar plexus in relation to us living in a solar system? Why would we do that?
Yeah.
Does it not mean anything?
Right.
Because if it does mean something, what? Because I don't know. Can somebody tell me?
Yeah. Do you believe in manifestation?
It's the only thing I believe in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't work any other way.
Yeah. I was watching.
I can't pray to the sky man in a hurt bed, starving, and the sky man feeds me.
Sure.
I can't. I'm surely gonna die of starvation.
Yeah.
I'm surely gonna die of starvation. But you won't let yourself because you have human instinct. So you'll go outside before you die of starvation and you'll eat a dead bird.
Right.
In those moments, you will realize there's something inside of you that you're able to push and channel and do things you wouldn't normally do. That's energy. You can use that energy for whatever you choose, if you choose to channel it.
Yeah.
And most addicts have no idea this energy is inside of them. They just always feel fucked up and feel weird all the time. And when they use drugs, they don't feel fucked up and weird no more.
Right.
So they just continue a vicious cycle that goes on and on and on and on. Never, ever, ever addressing the issue.
Sure.
The issue is me. It's not the drugs.
Yep.
They don't work.
Yeah. 100%.
Why am I going to keep fucking wasting my money, wasting my time, creating more misery?
Yeah.
They don't work. It's me I got to fix, not the fucking drugs. Right?
Yeah, no doubt. 100%.
Right.
It's the ego.
So if I know this and you know this, she knows this, right? This is how these atmospheres started. This is how recovery atmosphere started, right? And basically, if I'm aware, you're aware, then we have now people who are trying to do their best, and now they're going to require the best of the people around them. They're not going to settle for less. I'm like, damn it, you know better than that. Like, what do you mean? You're just going to come in the house and throw your shoes all over? Put your shoes back. Don't leave them fucking over here.
Yeah.
Right? Those little moments. Somebody will go, oh, it's not a big deal. I'm exhausted. And she'll go, oh, come on. What the fuck, again? Boom. 2 people are fighting over what?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like stupid shit. Yeah. This is what we do.
Absolutely.
This is what we do. We encounter some of the greatest people in the world, right? And instead of like understanding and trying to figure out why, right, we'll use them, right, and then let them go. We'll be like, what can you do? How much you got? What? Huh? Yeah. All right. Yep. See you later.
Yeah.
Why? Right?
Do you think that? So why? Hold up. Why are we so far from the trust and the truth of the universe? Right? I know this is like so complex. Like it can just.
It's not
keep
even
going.
that complex. You know why? It's very
like,
simple.
Why are we so far from that awakening?
It's very, very
like
simple.
You have to find it in this society that we're living in. Like, is that the duality there? That's
Watch
the
how
test to find?
watch how cool this is, right? So you've had dogs, right? A golden retriever. What kind of dog have you had?
Dachshunds.
Dachshunds. You? What kind of dog you had? Have you had dogs?
My mom had a dog once,
Fine.
a little Yorkshire Terrier teacup.
All right.
Got
And
eaten by a German Shepherd.
That dog was always defensive of you, right? Like, would always protect you. We know this. Everybody knows this, right? The dogs will protect you, right? If you're mad at that dog, right, that dog will protect you. If you don't take the dog for a walk, it will protect you. If you lock the dog in the trunk for 5 seconds, turn around, shut the trunk, open it, that dog will be as happy to see you as he's ever been in his life. He's got no choice. It's his instinct, right? People have a choice. And that's where I get crazy, because I have a choice. Something says I have to like you or I don't have to like you.
Yeah.
And that's where I get messed up. But if I'm instinctual and I'm in my truest form, it's just me. There is no choice to pick. There's nothing to pick from.
Right.
That's why a golden retriever, when you take out, or a lab, and you take out to a field and you shoot the bird, that dog's going to get it. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
It's instinctual. It's in the dog. They're bred for that. A greyhound runs chasing rabbits.
Yeah.
It's bred for that. Why you? Why me? Why you? And as long as we think it's out here, right? It's out here, and it's not in here.
Right.
We'll forever be looking for something that we can't find. It's perfect. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because we look outwards for something we can only find inside of us.
Sure.
So you'll forever be fucked up. But the people who know these things can now play chess, right, and put pieces together how they want,
Yeah.
right? It's called leadership ability.
Sure.
As soon as you believe in somebody, you find somebody that you trust in, you'll hire them, you'll work with them, you'll date her, you'll invest in her, right? There you go.
Yeah.
That same choice is what hurts us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think mainstream media strips us farther and farther away from
It does.
that realization.
It does, because our ego will encompass it all,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Shit like this goes on, and next thing you know, people are making hundreds of millions of dollars, and they don't have any type of understanding to do hundreds of millions of dollars with.
Yeah.
So they find themselves in some situations. It's all relative. It doesn't matter if it's on a small scale or it's on a huge scale.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Your shadow is equal. And the harder you fight, the more it grabs.
Yeah. The vice grip.
You can't fight. It's the only thing I can't fight. I'm a tough motherfucker too, so all I want to do is fight.
Yeah.
I'm hard-headed. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll take you. Excuse my language. I was a child. I would take my Nintendos and shit apart and put them back together. Why? I just needed something hard to do. I didn't know though.
Yeah.
And that's where I found my joy. Shit's hard to do. I got to sit here and figure. And that's what I like doing. Look what I did.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, how do I express that to everybody else? What do I do? That's the only thing that matters in my life.
Sure.
Because without that, nothing will come to fruition.
Yeah.
Because I'll just look at the ceiling. Right? Whether it be in a jail cell, whether it be in a mansion, whether it be in a shelter, whether it be in... Because this all fucking sucks.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, biblically, it's depicted as earthquakes. There will be a shaking down. Right? That's how they depict it.
Mm.
There's a lot of civilizations that's how they depict it. There's always a tornado. There's always something. Right?
Flood.
Yeah, flood. Right?
Yeah.
And then you realize, like, shit, if I didn't have this bad thing happen to me, this good thing wouldn't have happened.
Right.
And now I see, damn, shit makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Let there be light.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let there be
The light's
light.
hot. Yeah, I should have wore it to you.
Anthony, I'm so glad you came today.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is
We needed this.
yeah, this,
I needed
what?
this.
You
Yeah.
did what? I'm curious. A conversation?
I think there's
Remembrance.
always a constant battle, especially I'll just talk about me, of trying to quiet my ego and not just letting myself be. And while I struggle with ego-centeredness, I've made a lot of strides in the last couple of years, because I equate the ego to the disease of addiction.
Right.
They're one and the same for me. If I have no ego about a situation, I am coming to it in my most authentic self.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring outside influence into it.
Right.
Because my ego only thrives off of outside
Right.
validation
Right.
and outside materialistic influence. And without that,
Right.
I can come to you, I can sit here,
Yes.
and I can listen to you with my receptors on and be open to listening to anything you say. Even if I don't agree, I can still listen and try to understand.
Right.
And my ego does not want that,
No.
because my ego has one perception and one perception only.
Yes. Yeah. So what happens when we listen? Right. We don't actually hear words. Right. Our words create a vibrational pattern that go in our ears. They hit some shit in there, right? And then we hear things, and it creates a feeling, right?
Sure.
That thing, right? The shit we breathe in affects that. We know that. That's why we smoke it, we get high.
Yeah.
Right? What we're breathing in right now, we call air. Oxygen comes from the plants. They give us photosynthesis, all this shit, right? Now, if we go in the backyard, if we go to the tub, and you hold my head underwater for 2 minutes, right? And then you pick me back up for 10 seconds and dunk me for 2 minutes. Pick me back up. What's going to be the first thing that I lose?
Your
Oxygen?
sense of self.
Consciousness.
Right.
Right. I'm going to lose consciousness. And the only instinct in me is going to be saying, stay alive. Stay alive.
Sure.
Stay alive.
Right.
Because in that moment, right,
Survival.
if that's going on, right, that's the only thing you're going to be. Your kid's not going to matter. Your job's not going to matter. You're
Sure.
only going to be like, can I breathe? Please let me breathe. Right? That's what I'm talking about. That's how you're able to discover these things. Through experiences like that.
Sure. Yeah.
It's hard. It's very, very hard to depict. Introduction to psychedelics will take the experience that I just described and will magnify it in relative to your proportion of the energy in which you produce. And that will come back at you visually, whether you want it to or not. It might scare you. You might like it. But later on, like maybe a couple weeks, couple months, some time period after, you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, I get it now.
Yeah.
There's some type of correlation there. I don't know what. And I don't want to promote the use of any type of substances.
Sure.
But, and I simply say this because that the DMT state and the DMT realm is also something, your imagination as a child. There's some type of connection there. I don't know what. I have to keep looking for this information.
Yeah.
And find all these bizarre coincidences.
Mm.
Like the tribes of Judah were precisely the speed of light. That's some weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just like the coordinates for the Great Pyramid of Giza is the exact calculation of the speed of light.
Yes. And they're also in
The
like
exact.
they're also perfectly illuminated exactly what the Earth's diameter is, like on a proportionate scale.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
also to Orion's belt.
Orion's belt, which would then prove the theory that we live in a dome and not a globe. It's not possible. Anybody who understands math knows that you can't, like, this shit don't work.
That shit.
Like, I feel like when you
Next episode. Just kidding.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can make it next episode, but I'm just saying
yeah.
that shit to me. It's like, listen, I'm a carpenter. You understand that I understand geometry,
Sure.
and we're not doing this. Like, don't even start. Like, don't even get me thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it can't work that way.
Well, Anthony, thank you for coming on. This has been a great episode
been awesome.
for us, and thank you for coming on. We'll have to have you come on again because I want to hear about the.
Let there be light.
Let's hear more about the constellation geometry thing. Flat Earth.
No flat Earth.
Flat. Oh, it's living in a dome.
I'm not really sure.
Sure.
I don't really know.
All right.
I can show you what I know, and then we can talk about it together.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.